Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This time, we're on episode 53. In the last episode, we had a bunch of fighting. We had Alphonse versus both Pride and Kimberly. We saw how that ended. Alphonse ended up getting away, thanks to Marco and Yoki helping him escape. But Kimberly suffered a fatal blow by the hands of Heinkel, and then Pride ended up eating Kimberly. So I don't really know what that means going forward. I don't really know how that's going to affect or change Pride, but it's probably not a good thing. But besides that fight, we also had the fight between the Armstrongs and Sloth. And even though that fight isn't over yet, Sloth has already proven that he has a better neck game than most of my exes. Fellas, be honest. But that fight has been really great so far. Alex has been proving to Olivier through saving her life that he is no longer a coward, and she's, you can tell she's steadily gaining respect for him, so it's really wholesome, it's really great to see, and I'm very happy. I hope we get even more of it. And of course, there are some other battles that are going on as well, none of them that I'm particularly worried about. I don't think Envy's gonna kill Mei Chang, and now that Roy has showed up to the room where they're fighting all the zombies, Roy's probably just gonna melt them, and even if he doesn't, they have Roy along with Ed, Scar, and everybody else. They're gonna be probably just fine. But that being said, there are still some missing players in this. We still have no idea where Bradley is, and I absolutely refuse to humor the idea that he's dead. I know for a fact that Bradley's not dead. That would make absolutely no sense. We also have Hohenheim and Father out there somewhere. I don't want to discount Father because he could still make a move, and Hohenheim, I'm assuming Hohenheim is heading for Father, but even then, I don't know for sure. Right now, I'm just kind of worried about when and where Bradley's going to show up because, as we know, so far he has not taken any losses, and I don't know who it is that's going to be able to beat him, but I'm honestly kind of hoping it's Scar. That's probably who I would put my money on right now. If you would like to watch the next episode's reaction right now, they are over on my Patreon. Episode 54 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes far past that, hopefully at least a month in advance, are on the Ascended tier. Those reactions are also extended length, meaning you get more reaction to go along with each and every episode. You can also go follow me on all my socials, such as my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Twitch. All those links are in the description. Let's continue on with the promise days, shall we?
Do I understand you correctly, Mrs. Bradley?
The Mrs. Bradley?
Oh, are they gonna have Miss Bradley testify on the radio? That's some insanely strong propaganda.
They attempted to have me killed.
Episode 53, Flame of Vengeance.
You mean
Makes me think of Roy, potentially.
Pointed their guns at you?
This dude looks like he runs a podcast.
So then, it would seem that an official took advantage of his absence in order to stage a coup.
That I do not know.
Yeah, that's not the full story, but you know, it's better than nothing.
I haven't been able to contact my son.
You haven't?
Don't worry,
Kidding.
he's okay, unfortunately.
Poor woman.
Sure hope little Salim's all right.
Oh yeah, poor little Salim.
A coup d'etat? They're fools if they think they can run this country without Bradley.
My boy Gene Havoc.
If
They still need to heal that boy's legs.
Saved me, I'm certain they would have killed me.
I see.
I mean, at least Mustang's gonna be hailed as like a hero.
Did he say Mustang?
Okay.
Yeah, it's this good propaganda.
Homunculus? Don't you think that someone should tell her?
How can we? We
I mean-
still haven't even told her that Fear Bradley is missing.
What's the point? Like, what does it actually do to tell her?
There's something we haven't told Mrs.
Oh,
Bradley.
well, I guess we're gonna.
She needs to hear it. The Fuhrer was returning to Central.
I was gonna tell her about the
His
train.
was blown up. I'm sorry, but we have yet to find him.
That's a horrible thing to break to her live on air.
Mrs. Bradley fainted. She's understandably a little overwhelmed.
This
by
guy
the
does not
news
look like he
just
belongs in the
received.
rest of the show.
Without that,
I don't know
What
why.
exactly did you mean when you said that you have yet to find the Fuhrer?
That means he's not dead.
Well, you should know this first. The Colonel suspected the senior staff of foul play. And he's expected them to make a move for some time now. So with the Fuhrer's train having been bombed, and the orders given to assassinate Mrs. Bradley, his suspicions were confirmed. We know for a fact, someone's attempting to overthrow the government.
You know, I guess there is a way for them to twist this so that it works out. They can kill Bradley on their own and then blame the upper ranks of the military, so that way there is a legitimate cause to overthrow and get a new ruler. I guess that they don't have to tell the complete truth to the public. I don't really know how to articulate it that well, but the story that he's telling, even though it's not completely true, could definitely be spun in their favor. So I guess hopefully I see what he's doing here. I think I understand.
I want that broadcast broadcast shut down! Do you have
This
any
guy.
idea the damage that this is causing? I only wish it was that easy, sir. But I can't. They've taken the whole studio hostage. We're sitting here with guns pointed at our heads.
Oh,
We're
wow.
lucky that we're still alive. Don't shoot! No! Don't shoot me! I'm sorry!
A+ acting. This guy's just like, what the hell is going on?
So Colonel Mustang isn't behind the uprising?
Those of us giving our support to Colonel Mustang. We may
Oh
be
yeah, he hasn't
but
heard
that
her
won't
voice
stop
yet.
us from protecting the legacy of the Fuhrer. We'll do everything we can to stop
That's
this
nice.
in
I
the
like
name of
that.
justice.
Oh, that's so sweet. Denny's such a nice guy.
Taking advantage of the Fuhrer's absence and using his influence any way you like to suit your needs. And invoking the name of justice at that. Let's keep our fingers crossed that the public accepts it.
I think they will. So far, so good.
Everyone's willing to fight for justice, so I said it.
That's right. And in this war, it belongs to us.
All these characters are so cool.
Mustang's men say that they're trying to prevent an uprising.
Are you sure he's not behind it?
I mean, that guy's pretty smart.
We witnessed the wreckage of the Fuhrer's train with our own eyes. It is true.
The leader of your country is missing?
They're both true. Like, Mustang is behind the uprising, and the Fuhrer is also, you know, missing.
If they storm the radio station and kill Mrs. Bradley, then we'll know it's the senior staff.
Salim, what about...
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. They were able to twist the facts a little bit to maybe not necessarily be the whole truth, but it's working out in their favor for sure.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, you can't underestimate Briggs. They could solo the whole
Is
city.
everything okay? I mean, we aren't going to lose the main gate to them, are we, sir?
Of course not.
Famous last words.
That's impossible. They'd need a tank to breach the main gate.
Well, I was gonna say, we've seen them have a tank. They shot Sloth with it. Later.
Can't help but think of the last time we were here, Lieutenant.
Yeah, this is where they killed Lust.
Shame I don't get to see that softer side of you more often.
The last thing I'm gonna do is start crying for you now. Water makes him useless.
True.
No, save your ammo! Bullets won't even slow him down!
Just have Mustang blow him up.
Again, how else do we kill them?
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for Riza. Most of the enemies cannot be killed with guns. Any day now, Mustang. Okay, good, thank you. Yeah, it's too easy. It's way too easy for him. After how effectively he fried Lust, things with only one life like this, that's it, they're done.
They were the enemy. It had to be done.
Yeah, I think my thinking on this is like, they're really just, those souls were just prisoner, so he's setting them free. Even though it kind of hurts, it kind of sucks. I understand it. I think it's for the best. She's doing a great job. Envy's so weird and goofy. He's like one of the most evil characters, but somehow they're still, I like them still. Nice of you to show up. Also, Envy's now showing up where Mustang is for the first time, right? I believe this is the first time they've run into each other.
Why didn't you go back to sea?
Oh yeah.
Forget it. Don't cry.
Please forgive me.
I never really thought about it, but what if Scar was more like somewhat like a father figure to May? That'd be kind of cute.
I gotta admit, you guys really made a serious mess down here.
You know, Envy, I don't think you'd
So, we
stand a
got
very
the
good chance
Fullmetal
against them.
Alchemist and the Flame Alchemist. And there's even Scar. And I've got a serious grudge with you filthy Chimera. So then, who gets the pleasure of being first to die?
Envy, I don't think you can win this fight. I don't know. Against Mustang and everybody else?
Hold on. You're teaming up with him, Scar? You do know that he helped reduce
Yes,
Ishbal to a
we
hell on
know.
Earth.
I'm aware of that.
Scar has changed his path,
What?
though.
You're friends now? You guys are no fun at all. What happened to trying to crush each other's windpipes?
His manipulative
The two of you,
words
obviously
won't
wanna
work
kill
here.
each other, so do it.
I love how Envy always just goes for the manipulation, and it's just not working half the time.
There really is nothing quite like watching fools dig their own graves.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're doing right now.
Especially
Envy.
when that fool is an arrogant homunculus who's too stupid to see what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
I've humored you
Mustang
long enough.
fried Lust.
So how about you answer a question of mine? I want you to tell me who killed Maze Hughes.
Right.
And I want the truth, homunculus.
I thought he knew, but maybe not. The question is, does Envy tell him?
Ross did. You mean to tell me that you scorched an innocent girl to a pile of ashes? Nicely done, you monster.
Envy's so arrogant, and he looks down on people so much. It's like he's projecting insecurity.
Tell me the truth or I'll burn it out of you, you worthless scum! Tell me who's responsible for his murder.
We'll see if Envy does dig his own grave now that he's heard all this. Uh-oh, he's going to. I don't...
Congratulations, Colonel Mustang. You finally hunted down your culprit.
What are you doing, Envy? Now you see how this is not gonna work.
Moron! Tell me who the real moron is here, because I don't.
Who are you turning to?
I prefer to use that term for someone who falls for a cheap trick like this.
Oh, that's so messed up. That is so messed up.
Face! Oh, you're not gonna believe this.
Talking about digging your own grave.
Look on Hugh's face when I shot him. The utter shock, the dumb confusion. You could see every emotion he felt as his own wife shot him.
Alright, well, Envy's dead. Envy's so dead.
You were stupid enough to confess.
Yeah.
Even more stupid to boast.
Yep.
Everything you've said is
We're on the same page right now.
Pyre. So then, I think I'll begin. By burning out your tongue.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Alright, well, we're gonna see a one-sided ass kick. I just already feel it. I don't really know what... Envy's not that good offensively. Not actually. He's just good at sticking around. But with how good Roy is at melting homunculus.
Let's keep moving and find this father guy.
I don't remember giving you permission to leave. I still owe you some pain and misery for what you did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is not gonna take long.
Our conversation is the only one that should concern you.
Roy is kind of scary right now, not gonna lie.
Interesting how quickly the tongue can be rendered to a bubbling grease. It's surprising how easy it burns, isn't it?
Don't want to know how you know that. With the whole war thing, that's a little bit disturbing.
Are you sure? The lieutenant said go, Elric.
Called him Elric instead of Fullmetal.
Important matters to deal with.
He's right, Ed. Now let's go.
He's trying to say, this one's all mine. Envy, you really messed up.
Fine. You saw that back there. This won't even be a challenge for him.
That's not exactly what I'm worried about.
Huh? Then
Yeah,
what's the problem?
maybe his rage getting a little bit out of control.
So, you've been rather.
I have a lot of thoughts about that, actually.
Killer. You're a true friend to the very end.
Roy's rage compared with Scar and Bradley. Some interesting comparisons there. It's, I don't know.
Respect for your tireless quest for vengeance.
I don't think you can do it, Envy.
I'm not exactly capable of treading lightly in this body. So you better give it all.
What's it like having the fluid inside of your eye spoil?
Okay.
Imagine it might sting a little.
Damn you!
Damn, Roy. You sounded like such an edgelord right now.
Stand up, monster!
I can't say I feel bad for Envy. I really can't.
That's right. How could I forget? He's the one who incinerated Lust to death.
Yeah, how could you forget that? In the same room, might I add. This room should be red, not white, considering all the people that have died in here.
Coward!
Colonel!
All the zombies and Barry and Lust and now Envy. Yeah, I mean, I think she's starting to maybe get a little bit worried about Roy as well. It hasn't explicitly put it into words just yet, but I feel like the thing that Ed is worried about, and I feel like the thing that Riza is getting worried about, considering the look that we just saw on her face, is that Roy might let his rage, let his wrath get a little bit out of control. I mentioned Wrath and Bradley because it's kind of ironic, the fact that it kind of relates to Ling as well. The fact that Roy kind of struggles with his own flame of vengeance, his own wrath, and yet he's trying to overtake the position of Bradley, who is Wrath. And I feel like Ling, in a lot of ways, is the same. I don't know if I've ever actually made the comparison between Roy and Ling before, but in a way, Ling, who is now Greed, is trying to take the position of Xing's king, who is greedy for eternal life. So I think there's like some parallels to be had there. I don't know about that one. That one might be a little bit of a reach, but it's kind of what it makes me think of. But there are some dangers with Roy going completely loose cannon and letting his rage take control, because for one thing I can't help but keep out of my mind is the fact that Envy has this ability to transform, and I'm worried that Envy will transform, or at least that Roy will think that Envy transformed into somebody else, and then Roy will, out of rage, without thinking and without a hesitation, accidentally blast somebody that shouldn't be blasted. And maybe that's why Roy told Riza to stay behind, because he acknowledges that that can happen. So if Riza decides to chase after Roy, I might be a little bit worried, because as we know, Riza is willing to give up her life for Roy, and she said that before, and it would be almost a poetic way for her to die if she does die. I don't want her to die, because I want them to, I ship them a little bit, you know? And plus, I just don't want to see her die, okay? And it does add an interesting dynamic to the fight, because if the fight is as one-sided as it seemingly is, with Roy completely melting Envy, it does add an extra layer of tension, because you don't know if Roy is accidentally going to make a mistake or go too far. Because as we know, like, especially with all the things that Roy went through in the war, even though he seems like a calm and composed and intelligent guy, he does have this darkness looming inside of him, and I think it's a great representation that if he does supersede Bradley as Führer, you don't want him to accidentally go down a path that would make him repeat similar mistakes as Bradley. Even though that is a little bit far-fetched, and I don't think Roy would actually go as far as Bradley, obviously, but it is good to acknowledge that there is a darkness, that even though he is like the strong, badass hero, he at the same time does pose danger to both himself and to others, and I think it's worth acknowledging. With all that being said, can you just imagine how overpowered Roy would be if he had a Philosopher's Stone? That would just be... I think he could probably solo Father at that point.
This place is creepy. These tubes are like veins, and the further we get, the more...
Yeah, there are
like I've got a bad case of
a lot of tubes. A lot more than were connected to Father.
There's a strong mass of rancid chi ahead.
Rancid cheese?
I don't really understand.
I really hope they don't run into Father. Although May has seen Father before, right? So she would recognize how dangerous he is. Scar too.
Scar, I need to talk to you.
It's about the Flame Alchemist, isn't it?
Right. Because he's kind of going down the same path that Scar was.
A monster. I understand the burning desire for revenge all too well.
Exactly.
The way he's headed, he will destroy himself in the flames of hatred. And it's doubtful that he will ever recover.
I don't know. I'm a little bit torn, because while I actually really don't ever think revenge is good, it usually destroys the person that's doing it. I don't know. It might help him out a little bit. Might make him feel a little bit better. He's been building all this up inside of him for a long time.
Come out now, otherwise I'm gonna ignite your bone marrow.
You gotta stop saying lines like that, though.
Roy, what's up?
Stupid human! He won't tell his friend!
Yeah, he will. His friend's already dead.
What's wrong with you? You didn't even hesitate to incinerate your best friend!
Mace Hughes is dead. That's a fact. Then you invoke his image. You must be a glutton for punishment.
You forget, Envy, what he went through in the war. All the horrible things he knows he's done.
I'll show you real punishment!
This is awesome. This is so good.
No one told you that I can do pinpoint aiming? Too bad for you. Because I can!
He is scary, but cool.
Colonel.
You should not go.
But I can't wait.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't really like the direction this is going. It makes it seem like Envy's gonna get away or something.
You're not getting away.
Alright, my bad. I don't want him to run into her and like accidentally misfire. That's what I'm scared of. Or she to think he's Envy. That probably wouldn't happen. You gotta look out for the dude that just menacingly walks. We good? Okay, we're good. Thank God.
Where's Envy?
But are they Envy? Is either one of them?
Stay right by my side, Lieutenant.
I don't think Envy could be her because she's got the guns around her. And I don't think Envy can, like... I don't know, maybe. I don't know if the transformation works like that. Okay, no, never mind. It does work like that. Don't. Oh, come on, dude. Are you... No, that's not right. That's not okay. There better be an after credits for that. There's not. There's not an after credits for that. Okay, Full Metal. Okay, I see you. How are you gonna leave me like that? That's just... It's not okay, man. You know, if it was anybody else but Envy, I might actually feel bad for them considering what they're going through, but I feel like of the entire cast, Envy and Salim are probably the only two people that I just can't feel bad for no matter what happens to them. As far as I'm concerned, even though I don't like the idea of revenge, even though revenge often takes the biggest toll on the one enacting the revenge, Envy really had this one coming. I just gotta be honest, for what he did to Hughes, he's really got it coming. And to get a little bit meta for a second, the way they decided to end that with the gun pointing at the back of Mustang's head, the fact that they didn't shoot Mustang in that moment, the fact that we got a cliffhanger, lets me know that Mustang is not about to get shot, or not about to get killed at least, and the fact that Envy is impersonating Riza is going to be just the ultimate slap in the face to Roy, and if he's not already maximum pissed off, he's about to be, because you do not imitate his queen, attempt to assassinate him in his queen's image, and then expect to get away with it, because, yeah, Roy is not going to be happy. There is not going to be a trace of Philosopher's Stone left for Father to absorb once Roy is done with Envy. That's just, there's not going to be a speck of green left on the ground. It's going to be brutal. This was another amazing episode. You guys were absolutely right. So far, this final arc has not missed. The episodes have only gotten better and better. The past two have been some of my favorite in the entire series. Just really, hit after hit after hit episode. Full Metal, you know, it has my expectations really high, but this final arc has just surpassed my expectations even then. So thank you all so much for watching. I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you can tell. I'm gonna get straight into watching the next one. So I'll catch you then. Take care.